সুদমারণীরে গুদ মারিয়ে বাপের মুখে লত মারিয়ে শরীর মুখে পুকুর সে গুদের খেজুর রসের সে কুত্তর রাজগুলো খেজুর রসের সুদমারানি দেশে মারানো পচা গুদের মাল খেয়ে চুদির বাপের বেটা সালা নির্ধারণা কুত্তে ক্রিকেট শহরের বাচ্চা দ্যাট ইস নো সেন্স চৌধুরী বেটা একটু না পরনির্ভর পরশীল কদর্য কুৎসিত কদাকার কুবুদ্ধি অজ্ঞতাবীর পরিহাসযোগ্য জোখার প্রত্যেকই বাচ্চা দাসত্ব গাঁড় গুদকে মাল চাটকে শহরের বাচ্চা বাহাদুরি হরা राजा हर टाइम मन में वो उसका चुदिर बेटा का राज खुआवा रहा है कुत्ते बच्चा का हर टाइम राज खुआवा रहा है शोरेर बच्चा को यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दिस टाइप ऑफ रीडिंग श्री रॉय रविंद्र कुमार रॉय साइंटिस्ट इंडियन भेट रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट कितने स्मार्टली लिखते हैं हमें गुरुदेव पोस्ट मुक्तेश्वर कुमाऊं मतलब कुर्माचल नैनीताल डिस्ट्रिक्ट यूपी डिडन टाइम स्टिल इट वाज नॉट उत्तर प्रदेश but immediately 1 or 2 years by his influence he separated Jharkhand from Bihar as it is own status and Goya. It's for different historical reasons. Chhattisgarh is a Raigad. Chhattisgarh is a Raigad. Jharkhand is also Raigad. And the Kumaon is also Raigad. The Rai Royal or Khan. Yes. Is a signature of that great personality of Mukteshwar Sri Maharaji, who to visit, to come in his memory that he is coming to the world as a marvelous unwavering personality, that God begins in human form. He was highest respectable. He is the pinnacle of glory. And today is in the Bengali of his same clients and this glani. It's glaniest. Kuttaraj, Sorer Bacha. Crooked Kuttaraj. And who is that reach the pinnacles of the glory? The sky reaching from this horrible magnetic field, even who could not hinder, pick off, cannot find out each and every smallest rotation in such a extreme vibration. So it was in a horrible state. Bengali Kuttaraj, oneself self-pratarak, self-impostor, to self-conscious, self-attitude, self-worth, self-motive, self-goal, self-objective, making oneself ridiculous for his foolish betrayal, own self-betrayal, own self-staying, changing and reflecting, sending her daughters, mothers to the path, and as if they are talking to get chased and now feed on this type of evil criminal. If you see these cracks of this, all of this, everywhere, this is the crack. If it was this crack and this wall is there, it's just 2 days ago, then if you see this crack, Sorer Bacha, this crack, and this mother chose to hinder my camera focusing. So there can change my focal length of the inserting magnetic field. And that kind of understanding not with you, that what kind of mysticness in the creation of the God, at what finest level. If you see, when I am the crack, it is very difficult to show you these cracks. This crack, you can see these cracks. These cracks, you cannot. These cracks is not a big hole. This pores recently they have repaired one week ago. In this horrible way which they have repaired, it is this dragging vertically and clefting also vertically down, upward downs. That I have repaired this one, and each and every if you will see this cracks. If you see this knife was crack. Not one places and crying of day and night crying my lamenting of the micro. She is exhausted. And it's horrible crisis by the evil Bengali. The satanism and the cookery by the evilest, all in the all-time evilest of the American stupidity. If you the government, how you can, if to blame leftist criminalism, satanism in the name of Lord Jesus, you take him reaching Roman Catholic, etc. school colleges, religious, then it has to need to the government to be formed, the constitution governments. So how it is private? It is to breaking, not allowing that God's kingly system. If you this cracks, that is the middle portion. If you see this mark, in this way, how can we crack? In different portions, if it is any defect in this way, and it is defect in how this cleft is coming in this way. It is an perpendicular north-south, and this is east-west. It is not for one building particular. If it is some portions, it is not a field of land. If you see this is the lands, different type of crack in the different orientations. It is a man-made that underneath perforation, drilling, and the dragging, then up and down, tilting of earth in earth patches. If you see my walls of the builds, it is a horrible way the different kinds of snatching proofs are there. It is must oast, concrete with irons. If you see the cracks of this building, that if you see this is that this can be, if it is imbalanced for what needed, this crack, it is just to this. They have shown from underneath, drawn attention, very serious attention about that fatality and graveness to reach. If it is not one way, the tilting of this dragging from north-south, but it is also from east, and that crack, if you see this building crack in this way, and dragging, if it is cannot be in this way, crack in the different buildings, in different portions, that cannot be explained. If you see this crack, imbalance of this one, you see this is the corridors, they have dragging. This is the dragging of this building, this portion, and this is totally iron because it is in hardy structure. So it will be very difficult to cut tears that irons, branches of irons. But here there cannot be good play of meditation. Like we can, as the godly powers, Raj Chakravarti Vishnu will be able to perforate enter in this art. In us, nobody can learn of these things. Because there is so many manipulation and hindering. As I am to be hindered, as all other people jointly complain, all complaints with me, then I am obviously humanity concerned. And the only the discrepancy, differences between claim and satanism, betrayal, cheating, misleading, that all is a wrong, fake claim, illegal, highly punishable claim, the lies, cheating, betrayal, killing, and suppressing real facts, and misleading by the same evil who the culprit. If he sees that till is the hope that he should be kept and from any kind, doing all kind of remaining print who cannot take his name, but he is being mastered and Hellenism dictates that so many Nobel laureates of scientists, they are to remain in the sky as if on land in their foolishness, and who are remaining in the most depth of sea, under sea, which is covered of 8 kilometers to that column of water laying, and vast oceans, molecules, how many molecules of water randomly moving in the water itself. That kind of points, rotating, circulation. Even if you can think within water, there is also water. If you, in that sense, liquidity within liquidity, your perception within another people's to cosmos, there is another current. What you are with the gross eye, you are seeing the gross rotation. Then when the quartz mind to fine mind to finest mind to cosmic mind, infinity extensor level, that mind, the finest mind, if that finest mind level, you can see these different types of whirling. Range of whirling is apparent, that is called Himalayan, is a magnitude which is visible for the demons, and the nanometer, picometer, and the camera eyes, etc., facilitated eyes, or imagination of the concept of the scientist. So much difference that whirling within whirling, points within points, molecules within molecules, subatomic particles. That range you cannot calculate, imagine. The thought within thought, Ram within Ram. My Gurudev is speaking me, what do you think Ram? You are also Ram. तो राम के अंदर राम 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 बैठे हुए हैं. डिफरेंट स्टेज का फाइनेस्ट हाईएस्ट अटेनमेंट, मतलब who can reach his race to PR or to reach up at the upper sky, that is the highest attainment. And who is that demons to drag, put into the earth core, that is the worst, the base structure, मतलब quartz mind, evilest mind, destructive, and the stone mind, iron mind, metal mind, gross mind, inert mind, the totally in inertia. There is no the sense, mental process. They are only to do crime as one's way of psychosomatic field has been kept and tracked. जैसे आपने देखा ना आइस के अंदर लिक्विड रह जाता है, तो उसके आइस के लिक्विड में जैसे मछली रह जाता है लिक्विड के अंदर, स्नो के अंदर, उस तरह का कुछ फिश और क्रूकेज के बीच में वो जो साइकोसोमैटिक क्रूकेज जो क्राइम करने का प्रोपेंसिटी रह जाता है, वो एंटर फ्रॉम दैट ही कैनॉट कम अप. दैट साइकोसोमैटिक फील्ड चेंज ही कैनॉट चेंज. So he is always prone to do crime. And when any people is coming on this evil psychosomatic field, so instantly his psychosomatic field will be rotated. Accordingly, that place, that equilibrium, that will take time. That evil propensity instantly to give him all the instant the wrongdoing. And in the same way, reaching of a sage, that evil course will gradually still have some improvement from evilism to sagehood. A sage extreme would suddenly start feeling, I am become criminal. Crime propensity of that evil field is making coarse or wrapping and giving propensity impetus of kind. So this is that equilibrium state has to still in opposite way. He has to take of the evil sense and the bad man to get the sage sense. So he will be benefited or she will be benefited, and sage reaching on the bad atmosphere community, he to lose is to share sin and crime or enforce compel by absent of mind or conscience or control, balancing power. Because that horrible, that wrapping power, compacting power, inserting him into the belly of that criminal psychosomatic state. So I am unable to fill up this. So I have come from that room to, if I can. Now I have put my spectacle. I am to see. Now I am to, but I do not know whether that camera Jayarambati, Vankura, State Bank. You have to critically take Vishnu, put Sri Vishnu Om, God, G-O-D. That is the Pandogram, that Kuntikos village, Sibir village, Hooghly district. And that another, it is the whole address. What I have to send some materials to this income tax or other department. My nephews, Aniket Rai, address is Mulluk. My place where I am sitting here now. My home native village is permanent, where my brothers, survived sisters are living with great difficulties. This is my one branch, the Pandugram. I have brought this account from Calcutta, Belgacia, the Paipara Bank. It was the Paipara related, Nandigram Paipara, the Raja Manindra Chandra Street, Paipara, Northern Avenue. That I brought, transferred, taking retirement voluntary to reach this Pandugram Kuntikos areas, that is Ma Durga's Kayapattan areas, Badanganj, Badangira, or Kaya, or face whatever may be, that Kayapattan areas. This is a district of Hooghly, Pandugram village. हाँ कोई भी पैसा भेज सकते हो, but this helping for humanity. I am doctor for that particular areas. I am Dr. Rabindranath Roy, because it's that instituted salary payment, check basis, account basis salary payment account on the State Bank of India. State Bank of India. State Bank of India is a State Bank of India. Bharatiya Bank, State Bank. That state, since on which date I have to, that government rules of regulations and to, as remaining government scientist, it was Office Memorandum, Prime Minister Office, Government of Prime Minister, is a Prime Minister Office. Number, date, I will show the date because Xerox has not come. An application of mine dated 7th November 2006. Critically, I am handling the Supreme Court, High Court, Indian laws, courts, the society, company, trust, charity, foundations law, religious law, endowment. What is the law? What is act? What is provision? What is constitution is my well known. But this is a circular which is the British introduced in static law in India. Getting from India, they are only Indian British people. So it is sent to the Secretary Department of Agriculture because that location is related to the IVR, the application of under RTI, right to information, or right to the information of all law, files, processing, and explanation anything to a particular citizen's complaint, grievance. The possession rights of IVRI, Indian Veterinary Research Institute, IVRI, Indian I, G, veterinary animal doctors, research, R for research, and I, last one, Indian Institute. That institute, I for institute, R for research, VET for veterinary department, and it is first I is in India, not international. I am Dr. Rabindranath Roy. The section of government, whatever the rules I have determined, my application at the time to give the Ministry of Agriculture right to information, I acknowledge Dr. Rabindranath. But they does not use this surname. That is fault of the government people. And this 2006, 11th November. That is the public information officer, the bound of ICR, my council, research council, to send a copy to Dr. Rabindranath Roy. So, send applications, write up an action to the CPO of ICR. What was the query about the possession right of IVRI, Indian Veterinary Research Institute, as wrongly claiming that Mukteswar ancient temple, Hindu or Vedic or Arkan, Aryan, Raghu people's temple, how can go to be that secular satanic people's hand? If any on the properties of Mukteswar temple hill, either Mukteswar Maharajji dwelling, his top cottage, and worshipping shrines and structures, including temples, allied structure like Shivji, Deviji, that evils who to manipulate from since then mind was with their evil mechanism. Hanumanji, etc. The temple Parikrama road boundary, almost 2 kilometers periphery of that hillock. It is well known and undisputed fact that the Venerable Mukteswar Maharajji, having well supreme spiritual attainment and dwelling since 1954 at the Mukteswar temple, Mukteswar, post Mukteswar, the area adjacent to IVRI, Mukteswar campus. Originally, this is the Indian Arkan Raghu Royal Sri Vishnu Sampad Reserve Forest, Mukteswar Kumaun, Devbhumi, the Hita Pradesh, Amaramara Hills, Ramgarh, that Nainital district. South of the Pithoragarh, or southeast of the Pithoragarh district. Pithoragarh, Mayavati Loha, that is Ranikhet, other places, Almora district, and Bageshwar district. So, he had gradually developed, processed, and kept managing control on the above mentioned properties till he left behind for the whole humanity. Because he does not to do any work or clerical or writing, except letter writing to his disciples, or disciples has done. because he is not to transact any money, purchase anything, bring or to take in his hand. Only he is to write with his pen. And this was the time of communications, letters. He could not transact money. He has only deposited in the checkbook, but he never withdrawn money from bank. Always remain unspent. At that time, what type of application, name of the applicant, Dr. SriRobinji, as I mentioned, address of, that is well known to government, that SriRobinji is only added. The address of the applicant, because the office of the society, we have got at that time office, society, proposed society, and still we have not got, not by this, it is the letter of 7 November. No, but that time we have applied but not got that registration. All formalities was not complete by the registration office. So my Anupam Roy is my nephew, my eldest, who has been killed by the fever blue whale by 2016, very ill fit. So my Devashish Kototunda, he is also the best of the best scientist of the Indian religious parallel to me. Truth speaker, kind-hearted, sober, good-looking, good orator, good teacher. He was killed by the civil Bengali leftists as their professors. Shown only, they killed brutally, remaining the thousand vulgar margis. He has to carry office from Jadavpur to Belgacia on regular basis. Ultimately, he succumbed, not dare to those pressure, and that compact system kept on his head. He unable to manage. He was not having that meditative power. So me to bombarding, breaking, dispersing of that enveloping system. So his phone number was like that. My nephew's email of that I to use Anupam Rai, not mine one, and that yahoo.com. That was in this form. I have to give this contact numbers, etc. Email, it is there. If the applicant is individual, whether the applicant is not individual. Now, I mentioned the applicant is not individual, but on the behalf of the form society, in the name of Mukteswar Shivji Maharaji Society. Registration is separate form, but proposal given and submit and registration taking is the society formation. Depending to get this validation, it is hardly matter, but on which date this meeting was proposed and objective established and written text document and of that preparation, either submitted or not submitted, that hardly matter, because that is official awaited things to be get registration. Is he a citizen of India? Yes. Whether prescribed fees paid? Yes. This prescribed fees is very less amount, 10 rupees. Today's no 10 rupees can you utilize in transaction of any kind of thing to purchase. So still that amount is there, but unable I am to send money to central government. As postal department of India has become crippled, compromised, is useless, unreliable. It's paid and it's captured, is taken by the satanism parallel in our evilism of the Indian government, management, control, dictation, on both the media that writes in a dialogue, the leftist criminal as parallel their world human health organization, UNESCO, Atomic Energy, White House, Squad, FBI office or Indian, all the CBI, NII, etc., RAW, Jiddovan, enough. Narendra Modi enough power, or the government of South Bloc, North Bloc, or they are under control. Whether it is the prescribed paid yes, information it is to be supplied in mode by register, post, and also email if available, shown then by hand. I asked. This can be sent also if the government IGRI to give the information by hand, you can give by hand, either email or by post. Query for obtaining information under the Right of Information Act, you have to describe the subject. I have mentioned that the Mukteswar temple hill light stand upon Mukteswar Maharaji dwellings, etc. All as I mentioned, Mukteswar campus. He has gathered in 1954. Is it 1946, 47, 48? Then he gave 2 years, 49, 50. That is what time? Then he will come back, remain his home in 1950, 51. He again come back 52. And he then permanently come and stay 1954 at that temple alone, where many cat tigers also to visit quarterly or annually. The devotee now want legal right. He Sri Mukteswar Maharaji Executioners Aranyak Banavasi Sri Srimad Swami Mukteswar Maharaji at the village. This is of the royal property of Emain Arjavartaka. He was the Tirtharaj. As I mentioned in Calcutta High Court, all these complications much ago I have mentioned I am projected as a Robinji spiritual realm. Parallel my Dr. R.N. Roy as the university pupils to unaccustomed to pronounce the name Rabindranath Tagore, that kind of art dispersing power unless track or pendulum oscillation is there penetrating, so people will not be able to disperse of art in art. So the uttering of lengthy name Rabindranath, it will be very difficult. So R.N. Roy, they to pronounce in that way. That my name is Dr. R.N. Roy. That honorable one application Sri Mukteswar Maharaji have claimed and applied. Accordingly, the devotees of the well-known Hindu saint by name Mukteswar Maharaji, so we have claimed and appealed to the Honorable High Court at Calcutta in June 2006 for getting decree on the possession of the above mentioned properties. In this context, the devotees are required to submit information to the Honorable High Court of Calcutta at Calcutta regarding the linkage or control of the present-day IVRI, the Free Indian from Imperial State of British administration on the above mentioned properties, is claiming they are as if right as a secular institution, a religious sentiment that is claimed by the Hindu community, but since immemorial time of the Lord Ram time, this place is being worshipped in a stone from Lord Shiv in open sky. There is a highly meditative land of Maisoti, Durga, etc. and Lord Ram's all Raghuda dynasty peoples. Then his sons Lord Kush or other Lakshmanji, Bharat, Shatrugna, etc. to reach this place, Mukteswar. The mentioned properties is claimed by Hindu community by a large the Hindu religious area for their worshipping and ritual purposes as they are going as their right for immemorial time. Similar information has also been sought by SDM Nonital before issuing no objection certificate, which is required for getting registration of the religious society and formed by the devotees of Sri Mukteswar Maharaj's control, what we have claimed. Whether this temple is legal one, well, there is this past history or map record in British time or government or present time of settlement. That kind of certification we need. But we cannot trace out this temple place as the village. This temple was shifted in 1956 settlement. So there was a chaos because this land portion of the from village, 5-6 bighas or acres land has taken out from Mukteswar village to inserted Darima village. That was the most chaos confusion because in the hilly areas and coming from Bengal, as the first time I have hardly 5 or 10 years in the quite new areas to get this manage of this local areas, settlement laws, map, people collection, road is too much complicated. No telephone, no road, no help, no remaining extreme climate condition, no support, no second man, alone walking and village to village, going and offices, train without ticket, reservation. Above mentioned place Mukteswar has immense spiritual and religious value for spiritual uplift of the whole Hindu community of India, then for the rest of the humanity and the high Hindu religious sentiment thus are attached and related with such place as revived from its past concealed glories and the fame of the Lord Mukteswar Mahadev. Therefore, real information on such subject is required for proper judgment, giving or getting justice from the aforesaid court on putting proper information, facts and government verification, document suggestion, etc., probing and supporting, revising, reviewing of all real position facts on the possession and the management control of the properties which is under jurisdiction of the same court as the legal proceedings are run. It is my own note, I have taken some help. One my senior immediate, my friend, Das, Ekadas. Thus if any unwillingness to provide information is expressed or false or incomplete or suppressed information is provided, as if that secular government of Gandhi's evil constitution is to betray all Hindu community of the real original intelligent citizens of India. So for that reason I mentioned as how can this religious property can be gone to this secular institute where cow slaughtering others is going on. If in unwillingness to provide information is expressed in any way, misleading, false, incomplete, suppressed information, the suppressed information is provided, the same may be treated as the contempt of the aforesaid honorable court, as his dictation, court dictation is required this matter. The court has directed or invited to the people of Mukteswar Maharaji followers, society school, to appear before the court for real justice, as so many people's evils can claim that he is money because he has not given any legal right to anybody to claim his properties because he knows so many complications, because he cannot that blue whale are able to manipulate the courts, institutes, law, so-called constitution, position, government, courts, etc. There is hardly hope there will be justice or facts will be told, right can be claimed, real one have the real